Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think we are. Welcome. 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 Welcome one. Welcome all. Welcome all. Welcome one. Everybody, welcome one. I'm Rob. Welcome to the live stream. I go live 5 days a week. That's every weekday. I should say weekdays, not 5 days a week. Even though it's 5 days a week, it's every weekday. That's why I say, if you could, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Channel's growing fast, and thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. Appreciate it. A lot of respect. A salute to all of you who are joining the family in solidarity. So I go live every weekday. I bring you news and different stories. Today, there's a few different weird ones. Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer. I hate to say dumb name, but I think the guy's kind of a jackass, so I'll just say it. Dumb name. Where does he come from? The long... He's a far descendant of Tom Hammer, creator of the Hammer. But Armie Hammer's in the news saying all those cannibalism stories about him that he swears are not true actually boosted his confidence. Then we got AI taking your orders at the drive-thru, which I say, good. Everybody complains, they can't get my drive-thru order right when I go to fast food. Can't get it right. Yeah, it must be so tough to make your Big Mac. Shut your face. But now they got AI taking your order at the drive-thru. If you haven't got to experience it, it's going to go away for a little bit. But this is the future. And then we're going to talk about a mom pimping out her teenage daughter on Instagram or Facebook or one of the Meta-owned companies. And that story, ironically, breaking today with the same news that is just coming down the wire, what they used to call it in radio. It's coming down the wire, the news wire. We just got this in. Beep, 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 beep. That the Surgeon General is calling for social media sites to have mental health warnings on them, which I say good. They should have parental advisory, explicit comments. You should have Surgeon General. This is bad for your health. Bunch of warnings should be on social media. Too many kids, too many lives destroyed. And what's the benefit? You get to see your uncle's weird memes, you know? Like, what's the cost analysis here? What's the cost benefit? I don't think there's as much as we'd like to think. I know seeing them cool dumpster fire memes are awesome, but I don't know. It's destroying the youth. It's corrupting them. Once you look at the numbers about how many kids are depressed that are on social media or what happens to, you know, their mental health, it's disturbing. So we're going to talk about all that. So again, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Is it a thumbs up or is it a like button? Or is it like a weird flat-faced fish? I'm looking at the thumbs up right now. Looks like it could be some kind of like exotic fish with a little fin, right? I don't know. You tell me. And again, thank you everybody who has been subscribing. I'm trying to work on another video. Tony Robbins didn't do it. He just put his name on it and showed up twice. Dean Graziosi was trying to take my money. Keep getting 23 emails in 4 days. And I didn't even count today's emails. I haven't even looked. I'm guessing there's more. Really wants my $1,000 from me so he can sell me business that pertains to the knowledge industry. But I'm trying to work on a new video for the latest Tony Robbins Dean Graziosi event. So there's another reason to say, is that a crane? I think that's a crane. Oh my God, I haven't seen a crane in so long. Thought they were gone from New England. But I'm working on that. So another reason to hit subscribe and the notification bell. Not only do I go live 5 days a week and bring you the greatest and latest news, the Surgeon General stuff is just coming down the wire. I'm telling you, this is hot off the presses. What do you think? Leave it in the chat. Should social media come with the Surgeon General bad for your mental health warning? I think we should be putting parental advisory, the little black parental advisory. When I was younger, we used to go get a cassette tape, and if it had the parental advisory, they were supposed to card you or have a parent buy it for you or something. They never did. I don't know why the parental advisory was on there, to be honest with you. But it was on CDs and cassettes. A little black warning box, black and white, said parental advisory explicit lyrics. I said we put that on social media and say parental advisory explicit comments. Not always content, but comments. All right, so let's get into the Armie Hammer thing. We're going to start with that. We'll get to the social media stuff in a minute. We're going to talk Armie Hammer and then the AI drive-thru. Armie Hammer, I don't know if you know this fool. I don't really pay attention to him, but I came across this news story today where he was saying, I'm very thankful for all the people who thought I was a cannibal and sent me messages with saying like they want me to eat them. So I was like, this is number one why social media is demented, because you got a bunch of people like that on there. Okay, this is all going to be a crescendo to the Surgeon General warning. But Armie Hammer, I didn't realize he was accused of some gnarly SA charges, some sexual assault charges. And apparently after that, some text of his leaked online where it snowballed into him being called a cannibal because of the language he used. I didn't read the text. I don't want to read the text. I'm just going off this TMZ story again. I put all the links down in the description if you want to read these stories for yourself. But Armie Hammer, what are you saying in text messages where the rumor breaks that you're a cannibal? Like, what do you see? You got to be saying some wild ish for that to spin into you're a cannibal and eat people. So I just got a feeling he's not somebody who I would hang out with. Okay, let's just put it like that. Unless he kept that so well hidden. But if he kept it real well hidden, it would have never leaked. But now he's in the news today, and this is why I love podcasts, because there's a podcast for everything. This one's called Painful Lessons, I believe. He went on the podcast Painful Lessons and talked about how the rumors of him being a cannibal made him grateful, and he became more self-accepting. Fucking, how low do you gotta be to say like, well, really what turned my life around was the rumors of me being a cannibal. That really was like the turning point where I said, I am okay. I am a good person. I love me, and I am okay. What was that, Stuart Little on SNL? But this dude really went on a podcast and talked about how that was like the turning point. He used to get validation from social media. Again, it's even affecting Armie Hammers. Does he come from the family that created the hammer? Where is that last name a thing? That's got to be a stage name. Armie Hammer. He probably thought that was like the coolest name. Anyways. So this dude goes on the podcast and talks about how all those rumors of him being a cannibal and people reaching out to him, that's like, let's be honest, Armie, okay? I know you're watching. Hit subscribe and the notification bell and you get notified when I go live. But Armie, let's just be honest. Lots of women reached out being like, oh, you're a cannibal, you know, you can consume me. And that boosted your ego and that made you feel better. Okay? That made you feel better. Let's be honest here. That wasn't the turning point. You were flattered at how many people had a sick and demented minds and appreciated the weirdness that you are. Okay? That's what it was, Armie. I'm reading between the lines, and I didn't listen to the podcast that he was on where he talked about this, where the cannibalism rumors really redeemed himself, his self-worth and self-confidence. And I'm not going to listen to it because I do not care. This dude does not sound like a good man. Especially if, I mean, Jesus, you're a celebrity and you're going online reading all the comments. I get it. You know, I get it. How can you not read the comments and feel something, but detach a little, bro? It's a bunch of strangers hating on you. Okay? Grow up. He needs a mentor. That's what we need. We need a mentorship program with these wealthy white men. So if you're interested in that, the story's down below. Now listen. For those of you who like to complain about your order not being taken right at McDonald's, they're starting, or they have been, using AI chatbots to take your order. And they're going to discontinue it July, I think, in mid-July. But this is the future. And when people are like, oh, everybody's going to lose their job, I always say, isn't that the whole point of technology? Technology originally was created to make our lives easier, okay? They didn't invent the telephone, folks. because they wanted to put mail carriers out of work, or you know what I mean, like the Postal Express. They weren't trying to put horses out of work. They invented the telephone because they were like, you know what, I'm sick of it taking 32 weeks for me to write my friend down in Philadelphia. I gotta send a horse down there, he gets smallpox and a dysentery and he dies, and then I gotta, you know, send a pigeon to see if the mail carrier got a new guy to ride the horse down there. They're inventing technology to make our lives easier. And people have forgot that, especially working people. Like working people, do not be scared that AI chatbots are going to take over your job. Let's face it, unless you work in some kind of artistic job, AI can do it all. The robots are going to be able to do it all. From making coffee, like my job, to taking drive-thru orders, to coding, to, I don't know, the president. The president doesn't do much. He's just kind of like a figurehead. I mean, our robots are going to do it all. There's nothing once AI hits that, whatever that peak is, where the like super intelligence happens, where it's like, well, there's no coming back. Once that happens, they're going to control the world. And I say, great. Fucking, who wants to work? I don't want to work. Go get your coffee from a robot, okay? Go get your McDonald's from robots. They'll never mess it up once they figure out the language models and stuff. But I don't understand why us working people are like, great, it's going to put you out of job. We're all going to be screwed. No, technology, again, they made the telephone so you didn't have to put a letter in a mail carrier bag or a pigeon and pray that the pigeon was trained well enough to come back and give you the message. They did it for simplicity. And us as a society, us as the people who work, how's your Trump Day 2024? Trump Day, what? Today is 617 Day. It's Boston Day. It's 617. Happy 617. That's Boston Day, baby. Oh, and a late happy motherfuckers day yesterday to all the motherfuckers out there. Get it? But I say just pay attention, people, because this AI stuff is going to start displacing jobs, and we should celebrate it. But what we got to do is we got to put the onus on the people who are profiting off it to restructure society, where instead of now working at McDonald's, we should be getting some universal basic income, and we should be creating art, new folk songs about how the robots and Skynet are going to, destroy us in the war in 3035. But until then, we'll sing songs around the campfire. And there's nothing that's going to stop this technology. So stop acting like it's a bad thing. Technology was always here to replace us, to make our lives easier. It's what we decide to do after. We have enough food to feed everybody, folks. Okay? We're not running out of food. Go to the back of any grocery store at closing time, see how much they throw away. It's about the captains of industry that want to keep everything for profit, and they don't want us to have enough. But we outnumber them. Also, if you're like, oh, they're going to ship the jobs overseas, they already do it, okay? Hardee's and Wendy's, or Hardee's and Carl's Jr., they are already working with AI that is somehow employing people in the Philippines when they need somebody on the loudspeaker. So it's already crazy. Like, they're already paying people in other countries because they can get away with paying them, a nickel an hour. So, I mean, the capitalists are always going to figure out the best way to exploit them. Our job as the people is to go, no, technology, we're not scared of it. Good. Have technology work for you. You can yell at technology. Do your power moves over technology. Okay? Tell the AI that they need to do whatever your managers want them to do better. You tell them, we the people, we're going to kick it. And that's how we can structure our society. We can do this, folks. It's up to us. Is this the land of the free? Can we decide this together as a community? Yes. Bradley Gaming. Hit subscribe, Bradley. Do you remember that? You're too young. Look at that. Look at that avatar. You're too young to remember the shop. Bradley's. That went out of business, right? Now Jeff Bezos owns everything. So, I don't know if you've got to experience the AI at McDonald's. It's a wild concept, but it's coming. I'm not scared of it. Good. Let every McDonald's be all robots and make them all look like Ronald McDonald and the Burglar and Grimace. That's what if you want people to come in, I would go into McDonald's to see a Grimace working behind the counter, Grimace AI. Fuck, why don't they do that? You know, make it fun, make it cool. Actually, that'd be terrifying. That thing went rogue, and then Grimace is hunting you down. I don't know if that's a good idea, but it's happening. Again, link to the article in the description. And you should read about it because this is not something that's going to go away. Once they can work out the kinks and they realize all we have to do is pay for the updates. We pay for the program runs. We pay for the updates. They're partnering with IBM and Google's AI. And, you know, this is like they're investing a lot of money so people don't have to work there anymore. And I say, awesome. Now pay your taxes, McDonald's. Pay your fair share of taxes and let the people have a stipend every week so we can go and just live, right? Who doesn't want that? Stop pretending like you want to fucking go and work at McDonald's all day long. You know, stop pretending like that. Stop pretending like, you know, you want your neighbors to go work some miserable job and be pissy and be mean to you and you need them to look after your cat. Like, we all can enjoy life together. The wealthy people are enjoying their lives, just so you know. And they're like, yeah, look at those idiots fighting amongst themselves in their neighborhoods where they all have to rent now because we bought all the homes. Like, we can turn the tides on them, people. Believe in yourself. I do. That's why you hit subscribe and the notification bell, because Philip DeFranco ain't going to share this stuff with you. He's one of the wealthy. He might be an AI bot. All right. Now, this last story, or not this last story, but these two last stories, they're really disturbing. I was even debating about talking about them. This mom, her preteen or tween daughter is like a dancer, you know, probably gymnastics, dance. I don't know, ballet. I'm not sure. And the mom started like an Instagram account for the daughter. It's in the Wall Street Journal today. I put the Apple News link if you want to. I didn't want to give you a paywall. My wife subscribes to the Apple News. If we got a free something, I don't know, but I can read it behind there. And I'm sorry if I ever give you a paywalled thing. The news should be free. I'm sorry these companies paywall you. They already make money putting ads on there. Go to any article. Okay, scroll to the bottom. There's a billion ads. There's ads on the sides. There's ads in between the writing. They're making money. They're just trying to charge you again. You know, these companies, don't let them fool you. Don't be like, oh, you got to pay, you know, freedom dies and democracy dies in darkness. And then fucking Jeff Bezos owned Washington Times or whatever the fuck it's called. Washington Post. They're like, they charge you. They're like, want to read the rest of this democracy? You better pay us. Aren't you owned by Jeff Bezos? Washington Times, Examiner, Post, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, you were owned by the richest guy in the world. He could fund that paper without charging anything. And by the way, why do you have all those banner ads if you need to charge us? Okay, so don't believe it. Switch your mindset. I'm like the Tony Robbins for anarchists. That's what I am. That's why you come here. Okay? Hit subscribe, notification bell. Bradley Gaming. Trump Day 2024. Bradley, how insulting. You need to understand the Boston area code is 617. Today is 617. It is Boston Day. And the Celtics are going to win the next banner. Anyways, so this mom, right? Link in the description. This mom decides to manage her tween daughter's account. Preteen. That's the word. Preteen. And she posts pictures of her like dancing and doing whatever, you know. And she's like, oh, wow, we got real popular real quick. I'm like, Mom, are you a dodo? Or do you not understand how the internet works? It's all perverts, okay? And she didn't realize this. I hate to be a spoiler, but you get like 2 pages into the story and they're like, turns out it's 92% men. Well, no, in the title it says that too. But they're like, it's 92% men, her audience is. It's like, yeah, no shit. You pimped your daughter out, okay? You posted her online dancing around in whatever, you know, she was wearing. This is why, like, I keep my kids away from social media. Yeah, they can watch some of it. I can't believe that's another crane. Or it's the same one. Is it a herring or a crane? Big white bird. Anyways. And the whole story is about how, like, disturbed this mom is. And she was getting offers for her daughter to go on photo shoots, modeling. They were sending her clothes to wear, which obviously were, like, skin tight. And I would be vetting. Just a heads up, if you're going to be an influencer, we're called gooners now. What is Bandito Suavecito. Suavecito, bandito. Please hit subscribe because I'm so proud of the subscribers I have and their names. And Bandito, Suavecito is a great name. And what's called Gooners? Please clarify that. We're called Gooners now. That's a funny word. Funny name, funny word. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the chat. Anyways, this mom, so what I was going to say is, like, if you're an influencer and people just start sending you stuff, they're like, hey, would you wear this in a video? Make sure it's a real company, okay? It's not just some guy sending you stuff. That's what I was scared. I was like, this mom is such a dodo that she didn't understand this is what it was going to be. Listen, either way, if she just knew it was going to be that and they just wanted to make money, okay, you're pimping your daughter. But to act surprised like the internet is filled with a bunch of perverts, you may need a manager. The mom may need a manager to go on the internet if she's this unaware of what it is. And especially with like Facebook and Instagram. I mean, it's just the Wild West still. And essentially, this whole article details how the mom was so shocked to find out that it was all dudes. And then it goes into the lewd and lascivious and disgusting comments and stuff that, the mom was having to fend off, like blocking people. And you can't fight the tidal wave of hundreds of thousands. I think she had 100,000 followers of people that are going to just be gnarly to you because they get to hide behind some bogus avatar. But the shocking thing for me was, like, after all that, the mom just continued on with the account. Like, still making a ton of money. I think they had saved up like $20,000, they said, which at the price of what, The mom acknowledges she knows her daughter's photos were being sold on Telegram. I don't even know what Telegram is, but that's mentioned in the article. They were like, hey, they were selling my daughter's photos on Telegram. Like, at that point, do you not, like, try to scrape everything off and delete it and say, like, we're just going to stop? Or is the money too good for you? I get times are tough, but, like, what is the price? And I don't know. I don't know as a parent. I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, no, this is too demented. I can't deal with this, what is coming in, and just the fear of, like, putting your kid out there like that. But at the same time, I don't know. Was the money too good? I don't know if I could judge her. Because when times are tough and you need that money. But I think the mom was like a marketing something. It said in the beginning, she was like a marketing whatever. So if they weren't hard up for cash, then this mom is kind of scummy, okay? That's what I take away from it. Like, the mom was well aware she was pimping her daughter out and just didn't stop because they were like, we're going to save up for college. But if you're already in a good position money-wise, like, you should stop, because you don't know when your daughter's going to grow up eventually. And you don't want her to confront the images that maybe were sold online, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird world we're living in. And you really got to protect your kids. But again, I'm not judging her because I'm not in that position. I don't know. What I do is I worry for her kid. If you read this article, the whole time I was reading, I was just worried for the kid because I'm like, man, you don't know if this is going to, like, turn this kid into a victim, if people are going to get a little more aggressive and be emboldened from the internet and the posts that she's doing, stalker. You don't know. And that's what it seemed like, what the mom was explaining, like, people writing, saying they were obsessed with her. Like, it seems like it could really lead down to one of those dangerous, worst case scenarios. And after I finish reading that, I get alert. And I come across a news story that the Surgeon General is calling for social media apps to put a Surgeon General warning that these apps are bad for your mental health, especially for kids. And I'm not going to pull up the stats and all that right now, but it's just proven. The science is proving it. I want to even say, like, MIT is backing that ish up. And I think that absolutely needs to happen. We'll see if it happens. Do you agree? Do you think social media apps, everything owned by Meta, Twitter, TikTok, should have and just think about how benign that is. It's just a warning. It's not like we're asking them to, like, ban kids like Florida banned anyone under 14 from going on social media. They're not even asking for that. They're just saying, like, it should have a Surgeon General warning, just like on a cigarette box where it says this can cause cancer. It should just say this can cause, like, mental health issues. That is the most benign, like, basic, low level, not gonna help thing, and I guarantee you this will not happen. Why? Because social media owns this country. Tech owns this country. The financial industry owns this country. And anything that's going to impede with their profits or their power ain't going to happen. And it's sad because, again, it is like, you know anyone that stopped smoking from a warning on the box? Put it in the comments if you know anybody who saw the warning on the box that says smoking causes cancer. And they were like, oh shit, I gotta quit. It does nothing. It's a constant reminder, maybe subliminally over time, you know, they want to quit on their own. But let's be real. The warning isn't stopping anyone. It's not stopping anyone from trying it, and it ain't stopping anyone from continuing it. But it still should be there. It's those things where people get upset, like, oh, what now? You're impeding our freedoms. It's like, no, dum-dums. Some people really don't know this, and that warning is just important to be there. I don't think it's going to solve the issue. I think it's much more complex than that, but the warning should be there. Plus, the parental advisory explicit comment warning, the black and white, if you're from the 90s like I am, those parental advisory warning labels, those were cool as shit. Let's face it, those sold more CDs. And if you really want to get honest, like, social media embraced that and made the warning look really cool with like skull and crossbones, you're going to attract more kids to the product. I hate to say that. But that's the truth. You know, you make that warning sign look cool and people are like, damn, what is that? I need to try that. It's amazing how dumb humans are. We as a species. So keep an eye out for that. I fully support it. I don't know if you support it. Bandito Suavecito. Gooners. What is a gooner now? Am I saying a bad word? I feel like that needs a explicit parental advisory, explicit warning on it. All right. So that's the news for today. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that thumbs up button, because this is going to be the biggest channel on YouTube when it comes to news commentary. We're just going to have a huge channel. You're getting in the bottom floor. You are going to be the base. You are the base. That's how we keep growing. And I'm so grateful for everybody who has. I can't believe we cracked 1,300 subscribers just a few days ago. And now we're going to be at 1,320. 1,320. That's what the goal is. So if you could help get me to 1,320, we're almost there. I can't believe how quick it's coming. And soon we'll be talking about 1 million. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you for hitting subscribe. Thank you for hitting the notification bell, because again, I go live every weekday and I want you here, because I mean, you can't beat that comment by Bandito Suavecito. Hey, we're called Gooners now. And then he just left. Like, Bandito, are you still even here? How do you leave me with that? I gotta go Google it. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me. Peace.